Shalom, my friends. Shalom to all of you, and welcome. Here with the blue green screen in front of me is an actor, a director, a writer, a playwright, and an administrator of the arts. His name is LEE WOCHNER. He's coming to us. I thought he'd be coming to us from California, but maybe you're in Vermont or somewhere. You seem to be doing a lot of Vermonty type things. But let me find my notes. Where the hell are my notes? God damn it! Here they are. He is a founder of a place called Counterintuity, which we're going to explain about that too. He does workshops in terms of playwriting and arts directing as well. He has one-act plays that will be opening in May in 2 different places in Vermont. And he also ran Moving Arts, a theater company in California that's still going on. And I think he's still connected to it. But anyway, won't you please welcome to the neighborhood, the one, the only, LEE WOCHNER. Shalom, Lee.
Shalom, Rabbi. Very nice to see you again.
Nice. Again, when the hell did I meet you first time? Did you come to my...
Well, I've seen you 890 times on this marvelous show.
See, you know how to kiss tuchus. This is very, very. How important is that in the art world, in the arts and theater world, to flattery and bribery and tuchus kissing?
Well, I have a $5 right here for you, but I can't hand it to you. It's very important.
So tell me, because you do all these different. When do you freaking sleep? This is what I don't understand. Your resume is to the point when if you're not writing a play, you're directing. If you're not directing something, you're working counter into it. If you're not doing that, you're teaching, at USC. Well, what? How do you do it?
Well, let's see. This morning I slept from 1 until 5 something, so I could be here with you. So, you kind of catch 15 minutes when and where you can. Sometimes I'll just lie down on the floor for 15 minutes and not that I'm drawing a comparison, but like Einstein or Edison, just get those 15 power minutes and then you're good to go.
I knew an Irving Einstein. He did that too. He would lie down on the floor and then he'd get up covered with roaches. It was pretty horrible.
Do you know that Albert Brooks' real name is Albert Einstein?
This is true. Did you know that Albert Brooks's brother was Bob Einstein, the guy who was Super Dave? Well, you were out on the coast.
I did know that. I did, yes. Indeed, I did.
So are you still on the coast, or where the hell are you?
No, I'm here in beautiful downtown Burbank. Well, kind of midtown, beautiful midtown Burbank, which, as you know, of course, as one with much knowledge, is a suburb of the city of Los Angeles in the county of Los Angeles, which has 88 separate cities that most people can't understand.
I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. But the important thing is, like this week, what's on your calendar? What are you doing from like tomorrow through next Shabbos? Like, what have you blocked it out? What is a LEE WOCHNER week like?
Well, I could start with today. After this, I'm picking up my dry cleaning. You want less minutia than that, though. I think.
Not necessarily. Jews understand dry cleaning. So
yeah, I need the dry cleaning, So let's see. I am taking my girlfriend out to dinner tonight. That'll be lovely. We are getting Georgian food, not the state, the country. There's a Georgian restaurant.
I love Tbilisi chicken. Yep. Oh, that is so good.
There you go. And some ik.
Yes, all right.
Ik. We're gonna have ik, which is not so ik. It's pretty good actually.
Isn't that something that kills a fish? What the hell is ik?
Wow, I hadn't thought of that. Well, if it's dried up in like a rice kind of thing, then that would be
that sounds delicious, doesn't it? Yes, dried up in a rice kind of thing. No,
so we're gonna do that. I go to the theater pretty frequently, of course. Sundays I generally write. So tomorrow, Sunday, I'll be working on my new play. I will be drinking bourbon while working on my new play. Absolutely.
All right, so stop. Well, you could also drink Absolute and do it bourbon. But here's the question: do you need that? Do you need some kind of stimulant or anti-stimulant to open you up so you can write? So there's always a glass of something or what?
Yeah. Well, I will answer this question quite seriously. If any of the millions of playwrights I know are watching this, which of course they should be. You are made up of chemicals. That's what we are made up of. And I believe that when you are doing something creative, whatever's working in that environment, you need to replicate it. So you can be intentional and say, this is the environment in which I'm going to write this. this is the time of day, this is the music I will have on, and this is what I will be drinking. And so I happen to be writing this play to bourbon. And this is how I've written 64 plays. The mistake I made once was writing a play to coffee, which was the worst. I had horrible jitters because I drank coffee all the time while writing this play.
But wouldn't that make it go? Didn't you finish the play in 2.5 days?
No, much shorter, much less time.
Say that, yeah. Yeah, but also, what about now it's basically legal everywhere? Do you do the or does that kill creativity?
Like 5-6 years ago, I was hanging out with the world's greatest band on their farm in Ohio, and I indulged a little bit. I'm not normally of that sort, but I smoke cigars.
All right, now hold on. The world's greatest band.
The world's greatest rock and roll band.
So we're talking about the New Orleans Klezmer Ensemble. I know this, but
they're number 2.
They're number 2. So wait, it's REM. Do you know, or it's not the Rolling Stones? They don't have a farm in Ohio.
No, Per Ubu, of course. Per Ubu.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
You hang out with Dave Thomas and Per Ubu.
I do.
What is David Thomas like? This is not the Dave Thomas of the Wendy's, by the way, which I don't eat because it's not kosher. This is Per Ubu.
So, Rabbi, I should be completely unsurprised that, of course, you are well informed about Per Ubu. They're sensational. I'm a huge, huge fan. And David Thomas has a reputation as a curmudgeon.
Yes.
And to me personally, since I met him in 1999, he has been incredibly kind and generous, and I'm a huge fan. What can I say?
How's his health? Because something you hear, is he fine? Is he good?
Their new album is coming out any minute. He's going to be playing 2 dates in the US. I will be at both of them. You're invited to join me. I'll get you a ticket if you haven't already gotten one.
Please get him on the show. Ask Dave. I mean, I know he doesn't do interviews anyway, but if you can get Dave Thomas on the show, I'll give you $5. Or I'll promise to give you $5, and then I'll really take it. Six. All right. So, wow.
You know what? I will speak with their incredible band manager and see if she can organize that. He's a very interesting guy who does incredible music, and I'm so thrilled we're having this conversation.
This is astonishing to me. Wow! Oh my goodness! I'm going to need to change my tallis pants. This is so exciting to me. But we should be talking more about LEE Wochner. By the way, LEE Wochner, are you Jewish?
Absolutely not.
Yes, damn it! Yeah, even he knows Per Ubu and he's Jewish. Does it get better than this?
Absolutely no.
Oh. All right, I'm only giving you $5 then. So,
but listen, I am Jew adjacent.
Your girlfriend?
No, my business partner, who is a very good friend of mine as well. She's Jewish. So and her husband, who I do a lot of theater with, is Jewish. I'm Jew friendly, Jew adjacant.
This is important.
I like the Jews.
Yeah, you must be. You have to be. Los Angeles, if you're not, you're basically on the street selling dope. So, well, I'm going to ask you. You don't have to answer this. Do you have a girlfriend? This is one. Were you ever married? I mean,
I was.
Yeah.
I was with the same woman for 38 years, and then our amicable divorce was finalized in December. She's a wonderful woman. She now lives in Florida. Sorry about that. It's all Jewish? Fine. We have.
Was she Jewish?
2 wonderful children together. What?
I was asking, was she Jewish? Because she moved to Florida.
She was not Jewish and still isn't.
Not still, well, yeah. And 3 children. This is Muslim. How the hell? This was the other question I was really going to ask you in an almost serious way. This idea of being a playwright, being a director, is such an itinerant and non-guaranteeable lifestyle. That's not the word. Yeah. How the hell do you afford to have a life and raise children when you're making $10 here, $4 here, this $1 here, nothing for 2 weeks? What? How do you do it?
Listen, I have made thousands of dollars as a playwright over the years. So let me just say that.
You talk to Dave, you know?
Yeah, I have talked to Dave. But I also own a marketing agency. That's how I have a business partner.
I'm actually using Dave's cup here. He lets me.
And I'm using the marketing agency cup.
Now, that is counterintuitive. There it is. Yeah, hold it up a little closer so it's shining bright. Counterintuitive. Oh, so how, it almost says it in the name, but how is your marketing agency different from every other place that does PR and marketing?
Okay, so Rabbi, think of something. Don't say anything. Just think of something right now. Are you thinking of something? Yeah.
I'll tell you it's tits, but
Nope. Yep. No, now you
I'll
get
think of something else.
now,
All right,
no,
hold
not.
on. I'm thinking of something. I got it.
Okay, you got it?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
What if the opposite were true? See,
Oh,
that's
I'm thinking of an
counterintuitive.
object again. You've been thinking of an idea. Is
What if the opposite were true? See, that's counterintuitive.
fair enough. How do you
Yep.
put that into practice as a marketing thing? So you say Coca-Cola tastes like shit? Is that sort of the thing? Is like, aha, and
I
then.
got nothing against Coca-Cola. What are you, an American? People love
Well,
Coca-Cola.
no, but that's the thing. It's the opposite. I love Coca-Cola, but if you say it tastes like shit, then ooh, no, it doesn't. Let me try that.
Well,
Sell a bunch.
no one talks about the health benefits of Coca-Cola, do they?
No, they do not. It'll take the paint
And
off your car, but this
yeah,
is
yeah, nor do I, but I could.
all right. So give us a real life an example of a marketing strategy that you guys put into play that you wouldn't
Yeah.
think of initially for something that someone was trying to sell.
So a lot of our clients are nonprofits or public agencies. And so people will come to us with an opportunity or with a problem, and they'll ask us to think about it and look at it. And often we have very different ways of approaching these things. So for City of Santa Monica, for instance, years ago, they were funding all sorts of nonprofits with their support, and they wanted people to be aware of the range of services that the city and the nonprofits offered. And so we did a big campaign, but one element of the campaign was very counterintuitive. And here it was. We produced bright yellow door hangers from the city and had them hung on every door. And our thought was, if you come home and there's an alarming door hanger on your door from your city, you'll read it. And so they got home and they read it. It's not
It
a
wasn't
bad
a
thing.
parking
Look.
ticket. They knew it was something. They didn't know if it was good or bad, but suddenly, all right. I see what you mean. So it's sort of like, what an interesting, different sort of a way. Why not sell insurance through a talking gecko? Like,
But that wasn't our campaign.
I know that.
But yeah,
I'm saying it's counterintuitive to think that a gecko would be talking to you rather than just eating your bugs and stuff.
It depends on what you've been ingesting. It may not be counterintuitive. If it's just coffee, it's not going to happen for you. That's what I'm given to understand.
This is borscht with extra sour cream. Just so you know, it's like.
I'll try that at the Georgian restaurant tonight, perhaps.
You must do this. So this is what counterintuitive does, and this is what you've been doing for 20 years. You founded this agency with the Jew business partner that you got. This is important. This is great. And I said it's a good full-time career living. Your kids are grown at this point, or are they still college age and all that?
My eldest is 31. He's in the U.S. Army. He makes me very proud. He just came back from being stationed in Korea. He's a great, great guy, an intellectual in fatigues.
Like, what? I am curious, why in this day and age would someone, especially someone from a middle class, from white, with all due respect, white background, would they go into the military?
He wanted a new calling, and and you know what? Here's the thing. You may appreciate this.
I mean,
when you're in the U.S. Army, they pay you and they pay for everything. Think about it. So, 3 years in the Army, he's got bucket loads of cash saved up, and now he's going to go to law school. And
but wasn't he a little scared they might take him out of Korea and put him in Ukraine because they can put you in? They can do what they want with you.
I don't know that if you're aware that we don't have soldiers in Ukraine.
We could have. What I'm saying is, I know we don't. But anything can. We could have been stationed in friggin' North Korea.
We could be stationed in Mississippi if you read the news. So yeah, there you go.
I know what you're saying. All right.
My daughter is a pharmacy tech. She's 24. She's a pharmacy tech. And so when you need some good drugs, let me know. And she lives and works in Orlando. And my youngest runs his business full-time from my house, is in college full-time, and also has a part-time job working at IKEA. So he's busy as well.
Like father, like children. It's amazing. So what full-time business does he run while he's in college? What is he doing?
He's a reseller. So he sells fashion brands. He'll be aware of a fashion drop, go get this stuff because he has ins, buys them for, you'll appreciate this, pennies on the dollar, and sells them for.
Yes. I love your veiled anti-Semitism that's disguised as being pro-Semitic. It's wonderful.
No, I'm trying to feed into your interests.
Yes.
Listen, when you knew David Thomas, you won me, man. I'm with you.
Yes, well, thank you. By the way, we are with Lee Wochner, WOCHNER. He's got a website. It's leewochner.com. So if you want to hire counterintuitive or you want his ideas in terms of marketing what you have to market, especially if you're a nonprofit org. Are you a 501c3 or are you a for-profit? Is counterintuitive itself?
We are an LLC.
It's a little like cool. You're a corporation too. So when that is a full-time job, okay? That and then you write plays. Do you also still teach at USC in the grad pro or what?
So USC. So a while ago, USC, the program that I graduated in, 10 years later, they hired me to teach in, and then after, and they went through a series of directors, and then they got such a good one that they canceled the program. So she was great. And so she went off to higher acclaim at a larger institution where she's screwing them up, I think.
Oh my God. Can you name names or is it no? Because you obviously.
Oh, anybody can search. It was news around here. It was a cause celeb around here.
And the program was a dramatic writing program or what was it?
It was the Master of Professional Writing. And so my master's degree is from that program.
Well, it certainly served you well. I mean, it certainly helped you become who you are. I mean, so.
Thank you. It was a great program. I make my living as a writer, and I think all of the students I had do, and it was terrific.
Well, wait. Do you make your living as a writer? I mean, you run a PR company, and you have plays that are occasionally, gives you a couple of $100 here, $100. Are you really making your living as a writer?
I do a lot of writing and writing strategy for clients. That's messaging and positioning. I will freelance for other people, which I do.
By the way, I do missionary positioning. That's one of my favorites.
Yes, mine as well. And as a business owner, I also write checks, so that counts.
Wait, nobody likes that part. That's just one of the things that you.
But for 30 years, this is the 30th anniversary of my playwriting workshop. I've been writing the Words That Speak playwriting workshop, which resumes the first Saturday in June.
Oh my God. Is it online? How do people do this?
It's online. It's on Zoom.
Can people go to leewochner.com and sign up through that? Playwriting workshop with Lee Wochner. Because we've also, a lot of times we promote, there's a guy who was on the show who founded Manhattan Punchline in New York. Probably years ago, and he does a screenplay comedy writing workshop thing. What the hell is his name? Steve Kaplan is the fellow. So if you want to write a screenplay, go to him. If you want to write a play, go to this man, because he's got 64 plays that we're doing. If you had to choose, and it's no fair doing the one you're working on, don't say, oh, the one I'm working on now. Don't fucking say that. So if you had to choose your favorite play that you have written, which would it be?
Well, I don't have a favorite. Which is my favorite child? What a terrible question.
Oh, come on. You got one of your three. Probably the Army one. He's the oldest. I'm kidding.
Well, no, he's not my favorite. He's not my favorite because none of them is a favorite. I'm awfully attached to the two dogs. Can I say that? I have two dogs.
What is it, like a human centipede thing? Are you physically attached to them? We don't see behind you below the nipples. So I'm wondering if
they would like that. They scratch at the door to come sleep with me. And I'm like, no, that's not happening.
That's what your girlfriend is for. But no, come on. If you had to choose one play that they could do either on Broadway by itself, or it's a one act as part of an omnibus thing with Elaine May and Woody Allen and Harold Pinter, which play would it be of yours?
Well, so let me answer the question a different way because I'm just going to do that. The filthiest play I have is a play called Happy Fun Family. That's pretty filthy. And then actually I have another play called Remember Frank Zappa that's kind of
I wanted to ask you, now it makes sense again. I forgot that you were at that play with no Per Ubu. So what is Remember Frank Zappa about?
Well, so I had read many years ago an interview with Frank Zappa in which he said the secret to his long time marriage was that they didn't talk.
Well, he was in his studio 14 hours a day. They really did. Gail would probably bring him a sandwich and then he'd send her off. But
you get bonus points for knowing the wife's name too. That's good.
I do.
That's
and Dweezil.
But can you name all four kids?
Ahmed Cockroach.
Close. Dweezil, Moon Unit.
Moon Unit. I forgot Moon Unit. And what was the other one nobody knows about? What the hell?
Shoe Flop. I don't know.
I don't remember this either. No, it always bothered me. Gail all this, because she wouldn't release the tapes of the Wildman Fisher album, so they couldn't put it out on CD. So that
now the two kids, they're armed camps against each other in court. It's kind of sad.
It's awful.
But that's why I had 3 kids and not 4.
So is your play about marriage, taking the idea from Frank Zappa?
No, it's about a one night stand. These two meet each other, and the sex was great, and they actually have nothing in common. And the woman is trying to talk to him because she has doubts about herself, and she's trying to prove a friend wrong or something. So
that sounds interesting.
But there's lots of very direct sexual innuendo. And when I wrote that and gave it to my then producing partner, she said, this is vile. People will run screaming out of the theater. And I said, well, then we have to do this. I mean,
yes, my kind of show. It's like a noise theater out in Chicago, or whatever the names were. We're doing really, really out there, filthy, disgusting, and horrible plays. But for Dave. Dave loves that stuff. So let me ask you, like, speaking of Dave, the producer of this program,
sure,
had he been in the position of just being able to run moving arts, to run a theater company collective, he would have been happy. I don't need PR. I don't want to do anything. I mean, I get to produce plays, get them on stage, sometimes my own plays. I don't need anything more in life. Yeah. Why did you you're still connected to moving arts, but why didn't you move on?
Well, I don't know that I moved on. What happened was, it's good to know when someone else can come along and do a better job than you. I had done it for 10 years. I'm still on the board. I'm still, I believe, a company member, and they keep saying, well, you're a company member, give us your stuff, we'll put you on the company list. And then I just kind of never get around to it. I don't know. But no, I love the theater company, and we've got terrific leaders right now. We've got a terrific artistic director, a managing director, and a strong board. We've got a beautiful new space with a big parking lot, which is important in Los Angeles.
Of course.
And we're doing some really cool work. So I gave up the artistic director position, but I didn't give up my passion for it, and I didn't leave, and I'm still on the board. And look, I bought tickets for our fundraiser yesterday, and I'm committed, man. I'm all in.
You have to pay for tickets to your own. But what was the founding idea? Because there's so many theater companies all over, certainly in New York and Chicago. When you came up with moving arts, what was the crystallizing idea of why your theater company would be different or special or unique? What did you want to say?
New plays by emerging playwrights.
Boom. I get it. Boom.
So, during my aegis, at least, I mean, I don't know since, but because I'm just less familiar with the playwrights personally, we broke a lot of playwrights. We broke them out, like Sheila Callahan. We were the first to produce her. John Beluso. We did a lot of plays.
Didn't he die from Saturday Night Live? No, I guess.
No, actually, but he's dead, like that guy. So they have that in common.
Sorry. No.
Yeah.
Wow, talk about undercut joke. Yeah. That's
well, it happens sooner or later to everybody. So we did Sheila Callahan, we did John Beluso, we did a lot of plays by Werner Trishman, an Arkansas playwright whose work I really loved. Trey Nichols, my very good friend, who is my favorite living working playwright. I mean, we did a lot of cool work, and we still do. We do a lot of cool work.
Now, let me ask you, 30 years later, 40 years,
hundreds.
Hundreds of years. What do you wish you knew then that you know now?
Well, it's interesting. We opened the smallest theater in LA. And when I went and looked at I was just determined to open a space and open it in Silver Lake because the demographic was going to be good for people. I wasn't a marketer, and you can already hear I was thinking about marketing. Who's going to go? And the answer was highly educated artistic types, particularly gays and lesbians. And that was Silver Lake, and probably still is to some degree. And so we went and looked at the space, and the landlord, the owner of the building, said, "What are you looking at this for?" And I said, "Well, got to put a theater in here." And he said, here was his sales pitch. He said, "You can't put a theater in here."
and we can, and we'll pay you double.
No, that
was it 40 seats, or what do you say was the smallest theater?
I'm getting over a cold. Well, when we added stacking chairs, it could be 40. I think 36 was the max.
Let me ask you, there was years ago, there was a thing in Los Angeles about the whole, you can't have it was an equity thing where there was the many seats, you have to pay the actor, you can't pay everybody was afraid that it would kind of destroy the homegrown local LA theater, not of course like the CTG or those places, but like there would be no off Broadway anymore. Did that happen or not?
Well, I don't know that we've been destroyed so much as hobbled and hit on the head with a sledgehammer.
So it really has made a difference. This idea of having to pay actors. There's something to be said for paying actors something, even though
if making a difference is euphemistic for disastrous, yes, it made a difference.
It really did. It really did hurt.
Well, look, so I'm a playwright. I mean, I can sit at home every Sunday and drink whatever the hell I'm drinking and write my play, right? Actors need to act. And they understand they're not going to make their living performing in a 40-seat theater, for God's sake. I mean, the economics don't pencil out. And so suddenly making them employees doesn't serve them. The actors in LA didn't really want it. It was New York that was shoving it down our throats. The actors in LA didn't want it. And now they're stuck with it. And so mostly now they sit at home and watch streaming and go out on auditions because it's impossible to do a small theater play and make the financials work out. And on the board level at Moving Arts, we've been trading stories about, well, gee, these guys lost 50,000 on that show. And I'm like, this is in a 60-seat theater. They lost 50,000. It's
how big is
how many seats
anyone? How many seats is Moving Arts now? Is it like a 75 or did you go up to 99 or is it 100? Is it like off Broadway or what?
So it's a jewel box theater with a beautiful stage and that parking lot and air conditioning and all different sorts of things, and a little courtyard. It's just really nice. And fixed seats, I think we have about 50.
Oh, it is still relative. I mean, reason.
But it's just
perfect place for Shalom Dammit, an evening with Rabbi Sol Solomon. Just a thought.
That hadn't occurred to me. That hadn't occurred to me, and maybe.
How the fuck did it not occur to you? You've known me for 20 fucking years. How does it not occur to you that would not be a perfect spot for my show? God damn it!
I wonder if I can get David Thomas to play the melodeon for you in a klezmer style, because he plays the melodeon.
I don't even know what the hell that is, but yes,
it's a little squeeze box.
Oh yes! Oh my! Because it's a musical. You know, there's music. I don't know if you ever saw it.
Of course.
Anyway, I'm being an asshole, but at the same time, put on my goddamn play, please.
We're used to it. It's all right.
So how did you guys, by the way, and we have just a minute or two or three left with before I leave and Dave comes in and you play the thing. But the pandemic, how you because you had the marketing firm, I'm sure you wrote it out, but all your theater stuff, what did you do for 2 years?
I did a play online. So I wrote a play for Zoom called 7-Step Solution. And I'm sorry, seven-step process. Isn't that nice? I can't remember the name of my own play. 7-Step Process. And what was kind of cool was when we put it up at 3 different times. And so we had an international audience. We had people across the US and Europe because sometimes it was Sunday at 2 and that happened to be 10 p.m. for them and whatever. And it was written as a series of Zoom meetings. So it wasn't a play done on Zoom, which I think would suck, right? It was a play written as a series of Zoom meetings, interconnected Zoom meetings. And it was a lot of fun and it went really well.
How much time do you have and how much effort do you put into getting because you've got 2 different one-act plays that are going to be in Vermont in May. One
different one-act play done at 2 different wineries.
Oh, same play, 2 different wineries. Okay. What is the name of the play?
Terroir.
Oh, Terroir.
That's very good. Thank you.
And it's being done in vineyards in Vermont.
It's being done at Shelburne Vineyard in Shelburne, Vermont, and Snow Farm Vineyard in Crescent Bay, Vermont. Not that I had to read that.
No, when you wrote that play, were you drinking wine? Was that a wine play as opposed to a bourbon play?
No, I wrote that play. I got up early in the morning and was drinking coffee and wrote that play. And you know what? It's not filthy or vile, but it's a light comedy. And I thought that, look, upper middle class people go to a winery and they just want to have a nice time. And so it's a light comedy.
Yeah, as I
What do
see.
you know? I can write those
That
as
light comedy joke. That's comedy. That's humor right there.
By the way, this is not a blue screen, just so you know. How about
Oh, I
that?
thought it was. I really did think it was a blue screen
I
thing. It's an
know.
actual wall.
I
Look,
know. There's my Hulk hands.
you're what?
Hulk hands. Hulk
Oh,
smash.
Hulk. Oh, not Hulk. What do you call
Yeah.
it? Hulk, the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Let me ask you, since I also need to check the telephone because people are supposed to be showing up and not yet showing up. So it's just like it's time. God damn it! Sorry. GODD
AMN or AMMIT.
DAM. We do the double M. Because when
That's
you
good.
could be producing my show, Shalom Dammit, an evening with Rabbi Sol Solomon, it's DAMMIT, and I get the bigger drink.
But you take that O out and put an asterisk in because I've seen that.
I would not do that. If I'm going to put the word God, no matter what I'm doing to it, if God forbid I should say fuck God, I would put the U and the O. I would never say fuck God.
He's not so good in bed.
Yeah. Hold on. I gotta text David Sheward and remind him. David Sheward. I don't know if you know this man. He was the. I want to give him a big intro in case he doesn't show up, but he should be showing up.
You're using my time on David Sheward. I'm not that I feel like a steering class citizen here, but.
Hey, David Sheward was the former president of the Drama Desk, so Sturm. So he should be with us to play.
Former.
Yeah, true. Now he's just a critic. But hey, be nice because you should be playing the trivia game with him and with Leslie Hoban Blake.
Oh, very good. I'm very bad at trivia.
Oh,
we'll see.
These questions, everybody's bad at them. Let me tell. Dave writes them. It's okay. Let me Mazel Tov. We got one. So I've got to go. You got to stay. I've got to go. This is Lee Wochner, LEEWOCHNER. Put a .com after that, and you can find out where his play Terroir is playing in Vermont. You can also hire his company Counterintuity for all your PR and marketing needs. Plus, find out what he's working on and take his. What's the name of your workshop?
Words That Speak.
Words that speak as opposed to speaks that words. I'm Rabbi Sol Solomon, founder and spiritual leader of Temple Sons of Bitches. Dave Lefkowitz is coming in a moment. I'm just going to play a little bit of my theme music. Stick around. Lee Wochner is sticking around. More fun